I think that smart cities, as I was saying, is a great application for this. Tons of different sensors, data types, and machine learning models that can improve the lives of the citizens, help efficiencies, make things more efficient for city operators, municipalities, business owners, etc. So while this is finishing to boot up, there we go. What we've done is we've built a prototype application for a smart city that would help our friends up in Nantucket, Massachusetts. Seth, I believe, is going on vacation next week. A little bit jealous of that. But what we did was, and what I'll walk you through is kind of the end-to-end, starting with Modzy in your data center, in your private cloud. So, as I mentioned earlier, and as I showed a little bit, Modzy is a place for you to deploy any models from anywhere, and essentially store them, queue them up, and remotely send them to a collection or fleet of devices. So let's take a look at this YOLO V8 object detection model that we containerized and deployed into Modzy. Again, what this does by default is separate. It's a system that allows you to separate the model logic from the application logic. So within Modzy, we've got our YOLO object detector. It's a state-of-the-art computer vision model. Detects all sorts of classes like vehicles, cars, trucks, motorcycles, people. If we wanted to check out more specifics of how the model was built, we could check out the Ultralytics site ourselves. But what's great about this is it's up and running and can be run in our cloud. So if there's any sort of workloads that we need to run in the cloud, in the data center, we can do so right away with an easy-to-use API. It's copy-pastable code, unique for any model in the system. However, if we wanted to then deploy this model out, it's also ready to go. So we'll open up our AI-powered smart city device group. Again, what we've done is, just for the sake of the prototype, we're streaming in a couple different video feeds directly from Nantucket. So in theory, this model will be running on a camera or a smart device right out, directly there for higher performance, lower latency, real-time, solutions and inferences. I've got the exact same API, which means I can build a completely customized and prototype application that can be run anywhere. So as you have hundreds of models running on devices across the city, citywide, you can aggregate and centralize all of those insights and findings into an operations dashboard. So that's what we did here. We had this model running. What we see is a live feed, again, of South Main Street in Nantucket. Now, there's 2 pages here. It's a multi-page app we built. I'll start by turning on the prediction overlay. And so what this will do is take the model frames, or the video frames passing through our model, take the detections and deploy them, or render an output stream. So, this looks like there's a decent amount of activity right now. As an operator, let's say I wanted to remove the car classes. As I do so, right there, we'll get an updated video feed, and I'm not getting any car detections anymore. Similarly, if I want to evaluate the performance of my model, this is a great place to do so, because what I can do is turn the confidence levels up and down and see how that affects my predictions. If I'm not satisfied with my model performance, if it's not sufficient, it's a great time to know when to pull down the model and retrain and update. Similarly, if you have multiple models, this type of configuration dashboard for the operator would allow you to switch those models out pretty easily. Now, as I mentioned, this capability is really useful for municipalities, for business owners to know, over time, what sort of predictions are being available, number of cars, number of pedestrians, trucks, bicycles outside their storefronts, and is a way to monitor your models kind of over time. Now, if we think about back to the principles that we described earlier on, there's a lot at play here. Number one, the ability to centralize insights from several edge devices, running edge AI in one central location, containerizing applications and running them separately. This could be run centrally in the data center, or on an operator's laptop. A lot of flexibility there. And again, just kind of a prototype that showcases the art of the possible by scaling models out through a device or a platform like Modzy. The last thing I'll show is, and this was really powerful as well. We talked about minimizing the number of times that you manually interact with an edge device or a model running on that device. Through Modzy's secure device token feature, what you can do is automatically deploy models remotely out. We'll register the devices here in the hub, and then any configuration change that you make to this device group will automatically be sent out to those devices. So again, you've got your models running, you set it up once, you can do so in an automated fashion, and you never have to touch that again in theory. This makes application development and streamlining really powerful, really efficient.